Welcome to Weather Sports TV, TV 99. Dick Herman here. Gino Gang on camera. Rick Blair, lacrosse expert, to call tonight's game, and it should be a little bit better. And as the teams are lining up out there, I'd like to mention some of our fine sponsors who bring you the Whaler spring season: Sun Island Fuel, Condon and Coleman Insurance, Don Allen Auto Center, Harbor Fuel, Island Lumber, Island Pharmacy, Kitty Murtaug's, the Downey Flag, Joe Rapaki, Island the Package Store, the Sea Grill, Boys and Girls Club, Steamship Authority, Beauty Bars, Jewelry Gallery, Rick's Paint and Maintenance, the Visitor Center, Espresso to Go, Fast Forward, Rider Electric, Outdoor Power, Billy Built Automotive, Cottage and Castle, Nantucket Electrical Contractors, Killen Real Estate, Martin Bork Painting, Santa's Rubbish Removal, Nantucket Health Department, Randy Alford, Heating and Cooling, Island Fencing, Island Carpets, Valero and Sons, Faucet Man Plumbing and Heating, Nantucket Estate Jewelry and Fine Art, NRTA, The Boathouse, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Something Natural, Highland Flooring, Champion Rentals, Island Variety, Sherburne Management, The Homestead, Nantucket Health Club, the UPS Store, BPC Architect, Just Do It 2 Sport Fishing, Artistic Tile Install, Keeper's Restaurant, Glenn's Island Seafood, Nantucket Folk Art and Wood Carving, Nantucket Architect Group, Hatch's Package Store, Dan's Pharmacy, Murray's Toggery, Gray Lady Property Management, Geronimo and Dirty Paws Dog Wash, The Corner Table, Holgate's Laundry, Arrowhead Nursery, and Island Kitchen. We thank all those fine sponsors. And how you doing tonight, Rick?
Fine, thanks, Dick. Hey, Gino, how's it going? And welcome, folks, to Vito Capizzo Field for today's game, Nantucket versus St. John Paul. St. John Paul enters the game with a 3-2 record and a close loss to a pretty tough Nauset team, so we'll see. Austin Stark with the opening face-off, Nantucket on offense.
Yeah, when I looked at our schedule, I thought that Nauset and Lavinia might be the two tougher teams on there, and this is certainly, with John Paul staying that close to Nauset, that makes sense.
Nantucket breaks the ice with Victor Gambaroni taking a left outside crank from the 20-yard mark on a feed from Austin Starr. It's I mentioned this
so
is
the clock hasn't moved yet. And
You're in.
Hey, the clock!
I did. Take it away, Jerry.
I want to get home for my supper. I don't want to stay here.
Wait a minute. Without the clock?
25 seconds. 25 seconds.
What?
25.
Set it to, write it down to 11:30.
There you go. Thank God Dick is here. Right? Take care of it.
All right, getting back to that goal, then you said Victor scored with the assist to
Austin Starr, I believe.
Austin Starr.
Nice outside shot from the restraining line. That's an improved area for Nantucket this year. If Victor can take that outside shot and loosen those defenses, it's really going to be a big advantage. Gambaroni up with the ball. The senior mid, he carries it down.
Tell him never to shut it off. Just we'll get out of here.
Gets it behind a Ty Harnisfigger, his fellow senior.
We'll go home early.
Sophomore Sam O'Keefe to Harnisfigger.
So we have a new clock person tonight. So we started off with the clock not running.
There's another one.
Quick goal on the crease. Austin Starr finishes on a feed from Spencer West.
Nice assist by Spencer.
You know, you're seeing Nantucket seniors really perform today. Gambaroni, Starr, West, and Austin. I said Austin and Austin as well. Yeah, Dick, this team has some high scores on it. This St. John Paul team, number 6. Mikey Sakovic is supposed to be a good player. Had a number of goals against Nauset. Number 5, Colin Hutton, a midi, supposed to be a featured player for the guys. As well as number 4, Anthony Kent. Harnisfigger up with it. That's a part of Ty's game. If he can improve that, he'll be a much better rounded player, picking up those loose balls. He's a really good shooter, medium-range shooter. A lot of goals last year. Bartlett's down there with his long stick. They need to get him off. He's not going to be more of a threat than Terrain Burton. I can tell you that right now. Here's Terrain, the speedy junior.
Hey, look left. Look
They're in
left.
it. They're in a zone.
Captain Mouse. Shoot.
Train a little too anxious there.
Anthony Kent up with the ball from St. John Paul. Intercepted by Gambaroni.
Yeah. Look at that little move. Ooh.
Called him for a ward.
What? What is it? What happened?
He warded off.
What does that mean?
He pushed the defender's stick away with
Oh,
his
he
offhand.
did. I see. Not allowed to push it off.
And tuck it all over.
Harnish finger up with another
John
ground
Paul.
ball. That's 2 ground balls and 2 possessions for Ty. That's an important stat in lacrosse, folks. Picking up those ground balls. Behind to West, gets off a good shot. Ground ball to Hunter McEachern. Across to Gambaroni. He's checked away briefly. He's going to get it up.
Hey, Captain Mouse, that was Sam.
Behind Sam O'Keefe.
Go right at 30. Go right at 3-0.
Spence. Then nice play.
Go.
Catches Harnish figure, rotating around behind the goal. Harnish figure on a feed from Sam O'Keefe. You know, I'm not sure I've ever seen Ty make that move before. That was a very alert play. Nice, aggressive inside finish. Chris Perry's officiating the game today. First game he's done this year. Chris is a very accomplished official. The other official is the guy who last year called all those penalties. I don't know if you remember that one game.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is the same guy, so hopefully that won't be a problem today. Nice guy, though, but he likes to throw flags.
That will slow down the action.
Star. Is it? Oh,
We don't want anything to slow down the action, right, Gino?
You got it.
they got
Love
Nantucket.
action.
They get Nantucket for a push on.
I mean, I already voted today, so we got to get this game early so you two guys can get up there and
Right.
vote.
Go there with Rob Marsh.
Should have plenty of time.
I
Polls
wonder
are
if it's a good turnout.
open
Did
to.
you hear anything?
I didn't hear anything. I went there about 9:30 this morning, so you couldn't get a read then.
Okay, right.
You know, guys, in the real world, I watch ESPN, so I won't have to look at politics. Maybe we should have the same rule here. St. John Paul with the ball. Mikey Sakovic, number 6, dodges through traffic. He's supposed to be their best player.
But I got to disagree with you there a little bit, Rick. One of my favorite politicians of all time, Tip O'Neill, said all politics are local. So you got to go vote tonight in the local politics.
Oh, I vote. I'm just saying. I'd rather watch the lacrosse game.
Oh, I agree with that too.
St. John Paul with the ball, being covered by Nantucket's man-to-man defense. Nantucket's close defense, Robert Hickman, Cam Willett, and Joel McVicker, the junior.
John Paul needs to get something out of this. They're already down 3 here, and this is their first offensive possession.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial for St. John Paul to be able to create a little offense.
See, he knew what he wanted to do, but he took his eye off it.
He was shooting before he got the ball.
Well, you got to
right.
be able to create some offense off the dodge. I mean, that's so crucial in lacrosse, guys, as you know, Dick, to get that defense to rotate. If you can't win your matchups now and then, it's really difficult to get any offense going. And here's a case in point: Terrain can win his matchup against anybody, so he's going to require 2 people to stop him. But they're in a zone, so the one-on-ones dodging from up top is not going to be the way to score today. Nantucket's done a great job of moving the ball and being active off ball, and that's what they need to do. Gambaroni with a 12-yard shot, doesn't make it through. I don't know who it hit. Now St. John Paul, an attempted clear. Mishandles the ball, let it go out of bounds. Good. That's a key point for the younger players watching this. Whenever there's a loose ball near the sideline, sometimes it's a good idea just to. Sam O'Keefe crowds a high pass and hits the post. Just let it go out. They're forcing it now.
And Nantucket's hungry right now, trying to get everything on goal.
Look at that. He tipped it.
Intercepted pass.
Nice little play. Is that Sam?
No, that's
Ty.
Ty Harnisfeger.
Yeah,
Ty's got his
he
second.
tipped it when he was throwing it.
Yeah, alert ride there by Nantucket. You know, against the zone. Great way to create some offense, off a broken clear.
Some question on that.
It does count.
I think Nantucket's offense looks a lot better when they get the ball behind the goal and carry it to the goal line extended and look for cutters in those zone creases. They're not playing them very aggressively behind. Austin Starr facing off with Gambroni and Bartlett on the wings. Up. Rare mishandle by Bartlett. Looks like St. John Paul might be a little nervous out here. They've had a couple unnecessary mishandles.
Yeah, they're pressing right now. They need to calm themselves down. They need to get a goal and make themselves feel good. Nantucket's going to make it a rout here if they don't.
I also think you might be seeing the result of...
Look at that.
Bad.
What was that?
That was an absolutely horrible call. He called him for running into the pick, and he didn't put his elbow up. He just ran into it, and the kid fell down. Well, too bad. You set the pick, you can fall down.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was anything wrong.
No, there wasn't. This guy's a...
He called it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just... I mean, if this guy starts doing this
I'm
again
just going
today...
to call him Rick's buddy.
I'm going to go off, I swear. I mean, he ruined that game last year, that Archbishop Williams game that we won in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
He ruined that game.
All right, so Nantucket's down. 6:10 to go, 4-0 lead. John Paul really has to score now, Rick.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they're not accustomed to seeing a man-to-man style defense. A lot of these teams in this league play zone, and Nantucket might be maybe the only team in the league that plays almost exclusively man-to-man. And they have the athletes to do it. Here comes what they call a wheel play. That's a very good offensive concept if they completed that pass. Good hustle, Nantucket.
Oh, big mistake by John Paul not having somebody behind the net.
Yeah,
they turn over on the wild shot.
That's especially true when you're extra man, of course, Dick.
Yeah, it's a major mistake. You got to have somebody behind you so you get the loose ball.
When you design extra man plays, you always want to make sure you have a backup.
Nantucket on the attack now, down a man.
Hey, possession!
10 seconds in the penalty, so they'll hold it. Austin Starr in the box, ready to come in a few seconds when the penalty's up. So Nantucket's got their first midfield line out there. Gambroni, Starr, and Burton. Spencer with the ball. That was... I think Nantucket's going to be a lot better off pressing those corners, making shorter passes. Right then, almost had one. Starr.
Look at that!
Oh.
Almost rolled it in there.
Spencer West with the loose ball. Nice hustle, Spence. Tell you, Spencer's really come on in the last couple of years. He's looking better than ever right now. Nice play. Nice save.
Save of the day there.
That's goalie Brian Hutton, I believe. Errant pass.
Kept it from going out, but Nantucket recovers.
Robert Hickman up with the ball. Coach Aloisi was telling me how impressed he is with Hickman. This is a big athletic defense for Nantucket. Oh, nice play. Took his eye off it, but good idea. Joel McVicker staying on offense with his long stick. Nice lefty take by Gambroni. He's a natural lefty. McVicker back on defense. In comes across the line comes Austin Starr. Junior Spencer West loses his man. Nice feed to the crease, mishandled by Sam O'Keefe, unfortunately, but still good idea. Get it next time. Nice ground ball by Victor. Moves it right away to terrain.
Ooh.
You don't have to break the sound barrier. Just throw him a bad pass.
I wouldn't want to get hit with that thing in the head.
Yeah.
Did you hear the story of Victor's brother on the Island Cup football game?
No.
He was in a sub off in the Pacific.
Really?
Listening live to his brother play against the Vineyard.
That is something else. What a world we live in, huh?
on Geno TV.
Oh, he was watching it on that. Oh,
He was
good.
watching, yeah.
Okay.
That
Picking you up in a submarine.
That is too much. Well, I remember the time the Vineyard game was on ESPN on Sports Center or something.
Right.
Hey, when the playoffs start, and if
Nice
Nantucket's
look
there.
there.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful pass.
We'll be doing live games.
Beautiful pass from Burton
remote
down to
location.
Spencer West. West and Ty Harnisfigger have both been effective cutting around from behind. They're ball watching. They're cutting into the seams in the zone, which is a really effective strategy.
Now, are they just too quick, or are the plays just designed that John Paul's not picking up on?
I think it's play design. John Paul, I think they're probably accustomed to teams that want to dodge him pretty exclusively, and Nantucket is moving the ball well, and they're getting into those seams off ball, just like you would in basketball against the zone, or going out for a pass against the zone in football.
Speaking of basketball, your Virginia that's down your area. They had a great night last night, winning the NCAA.
Yeah, I used to go to a lot of Virginia games when I was in college. Remember when they had Jeff Lamp and Ralph Sampson and all those guys?
Great basketball program, and it was hard to believe this is the first time that they've ever won the championship. Yeah.
Well, Terry Holland had some great teams.
First time for Virginia, yeah.
But boy, they had some great teams.
And it also erases one of the biggest mistakes ever. They were a 1 seed last year, and they lost in the first round to a 16 seed. That was the first time a 1 seed ever lost to a 16.
Was that when they lost to UMBC?
Yeah. And so they were totally embarrassed, and they took it all year, but they kept their cool, and they finished 34-3 and national champions.
Great program.
Turned it around.
Yeah, UMBC and Virginia, we used to play both of them in lacrosse when I was back in the Stone Ages when I was in school.
Who was the Virginia? There used to be a Virginia coach out in Wisconsin.
Oh, that was George Welsh.
George Welsh.
Yeah, he just passed away last year.
Yeah. I met him a couple times when I was bartending at a cocktail party.
He wasn't the friendliest guy in the world.
No, but at a cocktail party, after you have a couple of bourbons on the rocks, you loosen up and you talk to the bartender. So we had a couple of chats.
I remember I used to live at Old Lang Syne there, the old house on Broadway in Wisconsin, and he used to rent the house next door. He would never speak to me. Well, no, he's friends with Bill Belichick. Was friends with the Belichicks. Oh, nice take from outside.
Here he goes again.
That's 16-yard mark. Victor Gambroni, left-handed crank. And once again, it's been a while since Nantucket has really had an effective outside shooter in the midfield. They have great dodgers, but they haven't been really strong shooters for a number of years.
Did you pick up an assist on that one?
That may have been West. I'm not sure it was assisted. He took a couple of steps. I'd say no.
So Victor's got a couple. Ty's got a couple. West has got a goal and assist. Austin's got a goal and assist. And Nantucket has a 6-0 lead with still 2 minutes to play here in the first period.
And this is a game that, if this continues in this vein, it's kind of disappointing because we need to get some competition out of these. nice hustle by Spencer. He's going to get Spencer for playing with the hand off the stick. You can't contact a guy with one hand on your stick, and you don't see it called that often, as often as it should be. They get St. John Paul for failure to advance. 20 seconds to get it over, and they didn't, so now it's going to be Nantucket ball with a minute and 30 seconds left. Don't force it, guys.
That's a good save.
Good save there. He saw that all the way. James put it right on the net.
Number 38, James Culkin's in the game for Nantucket at midfield.
He put that one right on the net.
Along with Starr and Burton. Boy,
John Paul is way out of the game right now, Rick. Nantucket's got them very frustrated.
I think they're better than they look right now. They just need to settle down. They've got some sticks. They've got some decent athletes, but I think their strategy at either end of the field just hasn't been working. They haven't been able to dodge to create any offense. And when you can't win a matchup one-on-one, it's hard to create offense. And then on defense, they've been letting Nantucket get open in the seams right in front of the goal. Burton with a dodge. Nice look inside. Nice play. Unselfish, heady play by Burton.
Burton picks up his second assist, prettier than the first. Spencer West picks up his second goal, and Nantucket has a
Burton playing with his head up.
7-0 lead.
Burton easily could have taken that shot. He probably would have scored, but he
50 seconds left in the first quarter. So,
yeah.
Well, you're talking about competition for Nantucket. here we are in the first period, it's 7-0. You know, you bring that out, and you're in your 20s. This is not going to be a very competitive game. On the turn side of that, I'm saying that on paper, the only opponents that jumped out at me were Nauset and Nantucket, but then you tell me that John Paul and Nauset have a 1-goal game.
It's 1 or 2, 8-6 or 8-7, yeah. 9-8.
So
and number 6 apparently had something like 5 goals in that game, and he hasn't done anything yet today. And nice look down low, nice finish.
Unbelievable. This team is unbelievable.
Bartlett feeds O'Keefe down low. You know, what you're seeing on offense is a mature team with a lot of seniors that's been well coached. Corey Gamble and Marsh Chambers are really both excellent offensive coaches.
I mean, I don't remember seeing a dominant Nantucket team in years like this, Dick. Have you?
Well, I have seen teams, but they've been led by 1 or 2 guys. This team we already got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different scorers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different guys with assists.
Bartlett almost with another. Don't step over the line.
I mean, when Rick was coaching, you had some teams that could score like this, but it was more like 1 or 2 guys doing all the scoring.
No. We had some very deep teams, Dick. I mean, that 2002 team had 9 midfielders.
Yeah.
You know, nice play. Oh, nice shot.
Gosh. That is.
Harnish Fager on a long feed from Gambaroni. I think that a lot of times, Dick and Gino, you use your defender as a screen. So when he comes out to defend you, you kind of shoot around his hip, and the goalie never sees it.
Yeah, that's a hockey move there, using the defenseman to block the goalie, and he did it perfectly there.
He scored 3 times in less than a minute.
Yeah.
Well, but I will say, just looking at these guys warm up, I think they're a much better team than some of the 2 teams I've seen so far. But they have made a bunch of misplays today that were unnecessary, and they've got themselves in a basically 9-0 hole in the first quarter.
So we have played 1 period here at Vito Capiso Stadium. Your Nantucket Will is dominating 9-0. We'll take a short break and be back with 2nd period action. All right, 2nd quarter action getting ready here. 2nd quarter is brought to you by Don Allen Auto Center. New and used vehicles on sale with Don Allen. I was out there to get my car serviced, and I was talking to Bill Tanavich, and he said to say hi.
Oh, good. I know he came back from Aruba.
Yeah, he's been away.
Annual trip.
Yeah, I talked to his wife, and they've been away a couple of weeks, but he's back at it. And
well, St. John Paul starts the 2nd quarter by possessing the face-off, so maybe they had a good little talk in the break, but no, as I say that, they throw it away.
Well, their coach, you know, I'm going to say their coach talked to them at the end of the period and said, come on, let's just play our game, guys. You know, let's not play the way we did that first period. Well, and they may never get back into this game, but at least they want to stop playing their game.
Well, yeah, I overheard Coach Gamble talking about continuing to draw and dump on offense. In other words, attack the edges of that zone just like they have been, and be active off ball, get in the seams. Okay, Gambaroni up with the ball and a pass from Keegan Downey, the goalie, senior goalie. Gambaroni dodges, looking to pass left inside, forces one into it. That wasn't there.
Out hard, back in hard. There we go, now we're protecting.
Austin started the shot, right-handed shot on the feed from Spencer West. Senior to senior. Here's sophomore Sam O'Keefe up to senior Harnisfager. Junior Burton with it now, draws and dishes, cuts through. Looks to West. He's got a shot if he wants. Here's Gambaroni with the outside crank.
Ooh. Powerful on that one. Goalie got a nice save, though.
Yeah, you see Nantucket's defenders talking to their opponents. I hate to see that as a former defender.
That was a close shot.
Ty would like to have that one back.
Yeah.
He saw a lot of the net there, but he shot it wide. Nice angle for us, too. We're right on line with that one.
Nantucket rotating the ball counterclockwise. Now back to Burton. Over to Gambaroni. Down to West. Skip past to Burton. Nice take. It gets deflected. Harnisfager up with it. Looking to move it counterclockwise to his teammate's right hand. Burton with his hard outside shot. Nice save.
That was a great save.
Yeah, he reached across his body. That was a nice save.
He made 3 or 4 great saves already in the second period.
Yeah, I think with the substandard goalie, this really would be out of hand, and it is anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, sooner or later, Nantucket's going to back off and get a lot of their bench in, but...
Austin Starr with a nice move to pick up the ball. Kicks it for Harnischvaker. Come on, Ty, get that ball. Good job. Ty's really improved his ground ball work. That's like his 4th ground ball today. And he shoots from outside and goes in.
One in.
Yeah, that's one the goalie should have saved. I think he was surprised to see Ty taking it. And you know what?
Right, he should have had that one.
Yeah, that's one of the first times Nantucket's come down today and taken the shot on with the first man. They usually go to 2 or 3 passes, and I think that's what the goalie was anticipating.
Yeah,
where's the pass going to go?
He's had so many shots from in close on that pass down. You're right, Dick.
So
10-0, 9:41 to go here in the first half, and it's all your Nantucket Whalers.
So when are we going to see some competition for Nantucket?
Well, I'm looking at the schedule, and I have to be not happy camper with it. There's really no competition on it. The 2 names that jumped out at me were Nauset and Vineyard, but Nauset played a close game with John Paul. So how strong can they be? Maybe
Vineyard,
I don't know anything about the Vineyard yet, but anytime
they've been a little off the last couple of years. In fact, they were way off last year, and I think that. Chris Green, their fine coach, retired and came out of retirement to try to straighten things out, just like they did in football. The same thing with.
What happened with Vineyard? I mean, during the '90s and up into the 2000s, that was the thing that everybody marked on a counter. We didn't even know what lacrosse was, but everybody in town wanted to go to the Vineyard Nantucket lacrosse game.
That really hurt his foot. He's hurt.
Well, I think the Vineyard has some of the same issues we have with kids going to prep school.
He got hit right in the foot, real hard. The goalie, but a good save. Though.
Well,
saved it with his foot.
That's part of being a goalkeeper. I'll tell you, they're a different breed.
So it'll break your foot, wouldn't it? I mean, could it?
Well, it could. I mean,
the ankle.
It moves it along up to Harnischvager. Burton coming on. Nantucket starting to run their offense again. Back to West. To cutting.
Oh, he wanted that too.
Terrain started to wind up before he really had the ball in his stick. Hunter McKechner over to Harnischvager. Sam's wide open. Spencer West up with a loose ball. Nantucket's winning the battle of loose balls today by a large margin, probably 3 or 4 to 1.
Anything on the ground, they scoop up.
He made that look really. It was a beautiful little shot.
O'Keefe picks up the loose change and throws it past the goalie's ear. If you're their goalie, you're starting to get frustrated. He's a good keeper. I'm sure he doesn't like giving up 14 goals, half of which are right on the doorstep.
No.
Does that mean we're going into
14?
The slaughter rule in the second?
You got to wait for the third quarter, right?
Fourth
quarter, end of the third quarter.
The rule is 12 goals in the fourth quarter, but I think some officials maybe soften it up a little bit if it's really bad.
Well, if anybody's going to soften it up, it'll be Chris Perry. So keep an eye on that.
Well, the thing is that Nantucket needs to play competition, so it's in fairness to them, this is the league they're in, so let them play.
Oh yeah.
They can't. One of the problems with a small school team, is you don't have enough competition in practice. You're playing against the same guys every day. So even though you're playing kind of a weak team, it's good to see other.
And there's no JV game, right?
No, not today. I don't think. No, there's not.
No, there's no JV
otherwise
game
we'd see them.
Under a minute to go here. Nantucket with a 14-2 lead.
James Culkin's in the game, number 38. The Nantucket coach Eloise, he's doing a great job of rotating in these number 4, 5, 6 midfielders. Culkins, McKechner.
There's another unforced error.
The team is without Isaac Corbett today. I guess he's away. So they're down a midi, but it doesn't seem to matter. Up top to Burton. So Culkin's in there with the first midfield group. Nice look inside. That same play is open again and again, guys, because you just see Ty and Spencer sneaking into that seam down low, and the guys in that low zone are just staring at the ball, letting our guys get behind him. You always want to see the man, see the ball, keep your head turning. Nice cut. Here's the goal. Oh, yeah. Nice cut by Gambaroni and a feed from West.
So Victor's got the hat trick. And
Well, you know,
They're going to play the younger players that probably.
well the thing
Wes
is, well
picks up his
the thing is they
yeah.
They can't keep.
well they basically have the thing that you know is that their younger attack unit of Cole Evans and I guess it's Cam Knapp and Cosmo, whose name I can't remember, last name. That's a good little unit. I mean, they're smaller, but they stick handle really well.
First half winding down, portion of the first half brought to us by Nantucket Island Pharmacy. We've got you covered in town and out of town. In town, 45 Main Street. Out of town, 122 Pleasant Street. Prescriptions filled, health, beauty aids, vitamins. Check out Nantucket Island Pharmacies.
It's going to do it.
They're not going to do anymore. Okay, so we have played one half here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, and it's your Nantucket Whalers leading 15-2. We'll take a short break and come back with some first half stats.